All right, so today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Canva
Okay.
and how it can be a total game changer for online businesses.
Sounds good.
Our main source material today is this blog post from blogwidow.com.
All right.
It's titled, Canva, What is it, and What Can It Do for My Online Business?
Mm-hmm.
And it's dated February 17th, 2025.
Okay.
So fairly recent.
Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting in this article is how Canva got started.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was a design instructor's solution to a pretty common problem.
That's right. Melanie Perkins, Canva's founder, saw all her students struggling with these really complicated design software programs and
Yeah.
thought there's got to be a better way, a
Right.
simpler way. And it's amazing to think that that little frustration
Yeah.
led to a platform that has over 100 million monthly users.
That's wild. 100 million.
I know, it's crazy.
So for those who might not be super familiar with Canva,
Yeah.
can you just give us a quick rundown of what it is and what makes it so different?
Sure. So Canva is basically an online design platform that lets you create all sorts of visual content,
Okay.
from social media posts to presentations, logos, even marketing materials.
Wow.
And what sets it apart from other design tools, I think, is its user-friendly drag-and-drop interface.
Yeah, I've heard people call it design for non-designers.
I think that's a really accurate description.
Yeah.
It really makes design intuitive, even for people who don't consider themselves designers.
Awesome.
And also, I think the freemium model is a huge part of its appeal, so you can access basic features for free
Okay.
and then upgrade to Canva Pro if you need more advanced capabilities.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's great for businesses just starting out,
Yeah, for sure.
maybe watching their budget.
Definitely.
So the Blog Widow post dug into 5 key areas where Canva can really boost an online business.
Right.
The first one that they talked about was social media graphics.
Yeah,
Seems like everyone's trying to stand out on social media these days, and visuals are
absolutely.
dang.
Yeah, social media is all about capturing attention in a really crowded feed. Canva can help you create eye-catching posts, stories, and banners that are tailored for each platform.
Okay.
So it's about speaking the visual language of each platform, whether it's Instagram or Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, LinkedIn.
So you're not just using the same image
Right, exactly.
across all the platforms.
Exactly. You're creating visuals that are going to resonate with each specific audience.
Makes sense. What about blog and website graphics?
Oh, that's super important for engagement.
Yeah.
Think about it like you're reading an article online.
Yeah.
Would you rather slog through a wall of text or have visuals that break things up?
Oh, for sure, visuals.
Exactly. Canva lets you create those custom images for your blog posts,
Okay.
design those eye-catching headers, even create those featured images that draw people in.
Yeah.
And infographics, those are perfect for presenting data or complex information in a way that's easy to digest and visually appealing.
Right, because a lot of times those topics can be
They can be dry.
dry.
Yeah.
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 And what about marketing materials?
Yes.
I know Canva can help with those too, right?
Absolutely. Think flyers,
Yeah.
brochures, posters, even newsletters.
Yeah.
Canva has templates for all of those.
Wow.
You can create professional-looking marketing materials without needing to hire a designer.
Oh, that's huge.
Huge time and money saver.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of saving money,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of small businesses and startups especially,
Yeah?
they're really focused on building a strong brand identity,
Yeah.
but they might not have the budget for a professional branding agency.
Right.
Can Canva help with that?
Absolutely it can. Canva has a logo maker tool
Oh,
that lets you create a professional-looking logo
Yeah.
that reflects your brand's personality.
Yeah.
And then you can even use Canva to build out your entire brand kit.
Oh, wow.
So think about your fonts,
Okay.
your color palettes, and all the design elements that create a consistent look and feel
Yeah.
across all your marketing efforts.
That's really powerful.
It is.
And finally, there's online advertising.
Yes.
I've heard so many stories about businesses spending tons of money on ads
Right.
that just don't get any clicks.
Yeah.
What's the key to creating effective visuals for online ads?
It's all about standing out in that sea of digital noise.
Yeah.
Canva provides templates for banner ads, social media ads,
Okay.
even those dynamic carousel ads that tell a story.
Right.
And because Canva is so easy to use, you can experiment with different designs and visuals
Okay.
to see what resonates best with your target audience.
So it's not just about creating pretty pictures.
No.
It's about actually using visuals strategically
Right.
to achieve your business goals.
Exactly. Canva empowers you to tell your brand's story visually
Yeah.
and connect with your audience in a meaningful way.
I love that. So we've gotten a sense of how Canva can be applied to different aspects of an online business. Now let's dive into some of the features that make it so powerful.
Yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
What are some of the standout features that the Blog Widow post highlights?
Yeah.
And how can they benefit our listener?
So the first one that comes to mind is templates.
Okay.
Canva has thousands of customizable templates for every imaginable need.
Wow.
Social media posts, presentations, infographics, you name it.
Oh, wow.
This saves you so much time and effort
Yeah.
and ensures that your designs look professional even if you don't have like a design background.
Templates are a lifesaver.
They are. Huge time saver.
For sure. But what if you want to go beyond the template
Yeah.
and get a bit more creative?
Yeah.
Is Canva limiting in that sense?
Not at all. Canva's drag and drop interface makes it super easy to customize any template
Okay.
or create your own designs from scratch.
Okay.
You can upload your own images or choose from Canva's vast library of stock photos and design elements.
I gotta say, their stock photo library is,
It's pretty extensive.
yeah, it's amazing. It's saved me so many times when I've needed a specific image for a project.
Correct.
What about collaboration? Can you work on Canva designs as a team?
Absolutely. Canva has built-in collaboration tools
Okay.
that let you share your designs with colleagues, get feedback, and make edits in real time.
That's amazing.
It's a game changer for teams, especially those working remotely.
Yeah, so you're not just emailing files back and forth, like waiting days to hear back.
It's so much more efficient.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for those who are really serious about branding, Canva Pro offers a brand kit feature, right?
Yes, they do.
So this lets you create like a centralized hub
Yeah, like a home base.
for all your brand assets.
Yeah, your logo, fonts, color palettes, and even pre-designed templates.
So you can ensure that your branding is consistent
Exactly.
across all your designs.
Even if multiple people are working on them.
That's great. And for those who love data visualization,
Yes.
Canva offers customizable infographic templates.
Yes, they do.
These make it super easy to transform complex data into like visually engaging stories that are both informative and shareable.
I love a good infographic.
They're great.
They really break things down in
Yeah.
a way that's easy to understand.
So we've covered a lot of Canva's key features
We have,
and how they can be used to create all sorts of visual content for your business.
for sure.
But like any tool, Canva has its strengths and limitations, right?
It does. It's important to have like a balanced perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, while Canva is incredibly user-friendly and versatile, there are some things it's not so great at.
Okay, so let's talk pros and cons.
Okay.
What are some of the biggest advantages of using Canva?
Well, as we've already discussed, the user-friendly interface is a major plus.
Yeah.
It's so intuitive that anyone can pick it up and start creating professional-looking designs, regardless of their experience.
That's huge.
And then there's the affordability.
Yeah.
The free version of Canva offers a ton of features, which makes it a great option for budget-conscious businesses.
Especially those just starting out.
Yes, and even if you do upgrade to Canva Pro, it's still significantly cheaper than traditional design software.
Right. And the thousands of customizable templates,
Oh, don't even get me started on the templates.
they're a huge time saver.
It's like having a design assistant at your fingertips.
Yes. Plus, being cloud-based means you can access your designs from anywhere, on any device.
That's a huge benefit for today's mobile workforce.
Yeah, for sure.
You can literally design on the go.
Amazing. And speaking of collaboration,
Yes.
Canva's built-in tools make teamwork so much easier.
Yes. It's seamless.
So on the pro side, we've got ease of use, affordability, a ton of templates, cloud-based accessibility, and awesome collaboration tools.
That's quite the list.
But what about the other side of the coin? What are some of the limitations of using Canva?
Well, one thing to keep in mind is that Canva might not be the best choice for highly customized or complex designs.
Okay.
While it offers a lot of flexibility, it's not as powerful as professional design software like Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator.
So if you need like super specific
It's
features,
very specific features or effects.
Canva might not be the right tool.
Exactly. And another thing to consider is that Canva is cloud-based,
Okay.
which means you need a stable internet connection to use it.
Right.
If you're working in an area with spotty internet, that could be an issue.
That's a good point. And while the free version of Canva is fantastic,
Yeah,
everything's free.
right. Some of the premium templates, photos, and icons
Yeah.
require a Canva Pro subscription.
So you might need to factor that into your budget
Yes,
if you need access to like a wider range of design assets.
exactly. And while Canva is great for creating quick, visually appealing designs, it might not be the ideal choice for large-scale or highly intricate projects.
Okay.
Its limitations and design tools might become apparent when tackling more complex designs.
So while Canva is incredibly versatile and user-friendly,
Yes,
it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
not quite.
It's important to understand its strengths and limitations
hmm
and choose the right tool for the job.
I think that's a key takeaway. Every tool has its place. Canva excels at creating quick, professional-looking designs,
Great.
but for more specialized or complex projects, you might need to explore other options.
This has been a great overview.
It has.
We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our Canva deep dive.
Yeah.
We've explored its origin story, dug into its key features, and even discussed its pros and cons.
I think our listeners are going to be Canva pros by the time we're done.
Yeah.
At least that's the goal.
What will we be tackling in part 2?
I think in part 2, we'll take what we've learned and get even more practical.
Okay.
We'll explore how you can actually use Canva
Great.
to create specific types of content that will elevate your brand and resonate with your audience.
Awesome.
We'll cover everything from social media graphics to marketing materials and more.
Sounds great. Can't wait.
Yeah, me too. Welcome back to our deep dive into Canva for online businesses.
In part 1, we established that Canva is like this powerful design platform that's accessible to everyone, pretty much. But now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How can you, the listener, actually use Canva to create content that elevates your brand, and gets you results?
That's the million-dollar question. I think it's helpful to think about the specific types of content. How can Canva be used strategically for each one? So let's revisit those 5 key areas we talked about earlier. First up, social media graphics.
Okay.
We all know how important it is to stand out in that crowded feed, right? But it's not just about creating something that's pretty.
Right. It's about grabbing attention and conveying your message effectively.
Exactly. Think about those scroll-stopping visuals that make you pause and take notice. That's what we're aiming for. Canva gives you the tools to create those kinds of visuals. Things like eye-catching posts, stories, and banners that are tailored to each platform.
And Canva takes care of the technical stuff. It's
Very
like
important.
image sizes, right? So you don't need to be a design whiz to create professional-looking graphics.
That's one of the things that makes Canva so brilliant, I think. It removes those technical barriers so you can focus on the creative side of things,
Yeah.
So you can find those precise templates for every platform so you don't have to worry about, figuring out the dimensions or getting bogged down in those technical details.
What I find really cool is that Canva's not just limited to static images. You can also create animated graphics and short videos, which, can add a whole other level of engagement to your social media presence.
Completely agree. It's about finding ways to make your content more dynamic and engaging. And Canva gives you that flexibility. You can find templates for different types of social media content as well, like quote graphics, product announcements, event promotions, even those swipe up stories that are so popular these days.
That's super helpful. It's like having a whole library of social media content ideas at your fingertips. What about blog and website graphics? I feel like those are super essential for keeping readers engaged, right?
They are. They absolutely are. Visuals play a huge role in how we consume content online. I mean, think about it. Would you rather read a dense block of text or an article with visuals that, kind of break things up and make it more visually appealing?
No contest. Visuals all the way. It just
Right.
makes it more digestible.
Exactly. And Canva makes it incredibly easy to create those visuals. You can design custom images for your blog posts, create those eye-catching headers, and even create those all-important featured images that really draw readers in. Plus, you can create infographics to present data or complex information in a way that's visually appealing, easy to understand.
That's a game changer for bloggers and content creators who might not have design experience.
It really is. It levels the playing field and gives everyone the ability to create professional-looking visuals. And remember, consistency is key when it comes to branding. Canva's Brand Kit feature, it can be a lifesaver. You can ensure that all your blog and website graphics align with your brand's visual identity, creating that cohesive look and feel.
Let's talk marketing materials. I'm thinking flyers for events, brochures to showcase products, posters, newsletters. Canva seems to have it all covered.
Yeah.
What are some tips for using Canva effectively for marketing materials?
One of the biggest advantages of Canva, I think, is its vast library of stock photos and design elements. So you can find those high-quality visuals to add to your marketing materials without having to hire a photographer or a graphic designer. which can save you a ton of money.
That's huge, especially for like small businesses or startups with limited budgets.
Exactly. And Canva's templates, they make it easy to create professional-looking designs, even if you don't have a design background. You can find templates for all sorts of marketing materials, and then you can just customize them to fit your specific needs, change the colors, fonts, images, whatever you need to do to make it your own.
I love how customizable everything is.
It's really impressive. And for those who send out, like, regular newsletters, Canva can be a game changer. You can create visually appealing email headers and templates that really stand out in those, crowded inboxes. It's all about grabbing attention and getting people to open your emails.
Let's move on to logo design and brand identity. I know this is something that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. They know how important it is to have a strong brand, but they don't always know where to start. Can Canva help with that?
Absolutely. A strong brand identity starts with a memorable logo, right? Canva's Logo Maker tool is surprisingly powerful. It guides you through the process of creating a professional-looking logo that reflects your brand's, values and personality. And once you have your logo, you can use Canva to create your entire brand kit, which includes your chosen fonts, color palettes, and other design elements. This ensures consistency across all your visual content, which is crucial for building brand recognition and trust.
It seems like Canva really simplifies that branding process, making it accessible to anyone.
I think that's one of its greatest strengths. It empowers entrepreneurs and small businesses to take control of their branding without needing to hire those, expensive agencies.
That brings us to online advertising. We talked earlier about how important it is to create visuals that stand out. What are some things to keep in mind when designing ads with Canva?
In the world of online advertising, it's all about capturing attention in a split second, right? You need visuals that are eye-catching and communicate your message clearly and concisely. Canva has templates for all sorts of ads, from banner ads to social media ads to those eye-catching carousel ads that tell a story. It's amazing how much you can do.
So whether you're creating social media graphics, blog posts, marketing materials, or even online ads, Canva has the tools to help you succeed.
That's the beauty of Canva. It's so versatile. It's not just a design tool. It's a platform for visual communication. And as we become increasingly reliant on visuals in this online world, I think Canva is only going to become more and more important.
I think you're right. So we've covered a lot of ground in this second part of our deep dive. We explored how Canva can be used to create this wide range of content for your online business. Now for part 3, we're going to take things up a notch and dive into some of Canva's more advanced features and techniques. What can our listener expect?
In part 3, we'll be exploring some of the hidden gems of Canva. We'll talk about things like photo effects, layering, typography, and using grids effectively. We'll also discuss how to use Canva to create truly unique designs that stand out from the crowd.
Welcome back. We've spent the last 2 parts of this deep dive exploring Canva's features and how they can be used to supercharge your online business, But now it's time to get a little more creative. Let's unlock some of Canva's more advanced techniques that can take your designs to a whole new level.
Ooh, I love this part. Canva is known for being user-friendly, right? But it's also surprisingly powerful. There are so many hidden gems and advanced techniques that can really make your designs pop.
It's like discovering a secret menu at your favorite restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know the basics are good,
right?
But then there's this whole other level of deliciousness you never knew existed.
Exactly. And the best part is these techniques aren't that hard to learn.
Okay.
Canva does a really great job of making even the advanced features accessible to everyone.
Okay, so let's start with photo effects. I know Canva has a lot of options for editing and enhancing images.
Yeah.
But how can we use those effects strategically?
Think of photo effects as a way to create a specific mood or style for your visuals.
Okay.
Just like Instagram filters can transform a photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Canva's photo effects can add a touch of drama or vibrancy or even a vintage feel to your images.
So we're not just slapping on a random filter. We're actually thinking about how that effect enhances the overall message or feeling we want to convey.
Exactly. You can adjust things like brightness, contrast, saturation to create the perfect look. And don't be afraid to experiment with those trendy duotone effects.
Yeah.
Those can add a really modern edge to your designs. Okay, so that's photo effects.
Yeah.
What about layering? I know layering is a common design technique, but I haven't really played around with it that much in Canva. What are the possibilities there?
Layering is one of the most powerful design techniques.
Okay.
And Canva makes it so easy to use. Think of it like building a delicious parfait.
Yeah.
You start with a base, right? And then you add layers of different ingredients, textures,
Okay,
flavors.
I like that analogy.
And in design, each layer adds a new dimension to your visual, creating depth and visual interest.
So how can we use layering to tell a story or guide the viewer's eye?
It's all about creating a visual hierarchy.
Okay.
You want to think about what elements you want to emphasize
Right?
and then use layering to make those elements stand out. You can
Hmm.
move elements forward or backward, adjust the transparency, and even play with different blending modes to achieve unique effects.
So it sounds like there's a lot of room for experimentation.
Oh, yeah.
What about incorporating text into our designs?
Ooh, typography.
I know Canva has a ton of font options,
So
but how can we make sure our typography is doing more than just conveying words?
typography is an art in itself.
It is.
The fonts you choose, the way you style them, it all contributes to the overall feel and message of your design.
Yeah.
Think of your typography as another visual element that should work in harmony with your images and your other design elements.
Canva has so many font options.
It can be overwhelming.
It's hard to choose.
I know.
What are some tips for choosing the right fonts
Yeah.
and styling them effectively?
It's important to consider your brand's personality and the message you want to convey.
Okay.
So a playful brand might use a more whimsical font,
Yeah.
while a more serious brand might opt for a classic serif.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to experiment with different font combinations.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes contrasting fonts can create a really interesting visual effect.
I see. And Canva also lets you adjust things like font size, color, spacing.
Yeah.
You can even add effects like shadows and outlines. So what are some ways to use those features strategically?
You can use those features to create emphasis and guide the viewer's eye.
Okay.
For example, you might use a larger font size for your headline
Yeah.
and then a smaller font size for your body text.
Okay.
Or you might use a bold font weight to highlight keywords or phrases. You can even create curved text.
Oh, cool.
Or text masks for a more artistic touch.
I'm starting to see how all of these techniques can work together
Yeah.
to create a cohesive
Yeah.
and visually appealing design.
Right.
They all work
Okay.
together.
What about illustrations and icons? Canva has tons of those too.
Oh, so many.
How can we use them effectively?
Illustrations and icons are great for adding personality and visual interest to your designs.
Okay.
They can also be used to represent concepts visually,
Right.
which can be helpful for simplifying complex information or making your designs more engaging.
I've seen some really creative uses of illustrations in Canva,
Oh, yeah.
especially in social media graphics. It's like a whole other world of design possibilities. Absolutely, and Canva makes it super easy to find the perfect illustrations or icons for your needs.
Okay.
You can search by keyword or browse through different categories,
Yeah.
and once you've found what you're looking for, you can customize the color, the size, even add effects to create your own unique variations.
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about grids. I know grids are an essential design principle,
Yes.
but how can we use them effectively in Canva?
Grids are like those invisible frameworks that help you arrange elements on your canvas in a balanced and visually harmonious way.
Yeah.
Think of them as guidelines
Right.
that help you create order and structure in your designs.
Okay.
Canva offers a variety of grid layouts to choose from, so you can find the perfect one for your needs.
I've used grids mostly for creating photo collages, but I can see how they could be useful for all sorts of design.
Absolutely. You can use grids to design multi-page layouts
Oh.
for brochures or presentations,
Right.
or even to organize text and images in a visually appealing way. And don't be afraid to break the grid strategically.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit of asymmetry can add visual interest to your designs.
I see. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've explored photo effects, layering, typography, illustrations, icons, even grids.
It's a lot.
It's amazing how many tools Canva gives us to
Yeah,
take our designs to the next level.
that's sure.
What's the key takeaway for our listener?
The most important thing is to remember that these techniques are just tools.
Okay.
It's your creativity and your unique vision that will really bring your designs to life.
That's such a good point. Canva empowers us with the tools, but it's up to us to use those tools to create something special.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to experiment, play around with different techniques, and see what works for you. The possibilities with Canva are pretty much endless.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about Canva in this deep dive. We've explored its origins, its features, its pros and cons, and even some advanced techniques. It's incredible how much you can do with this one platform.
It's true. It really has, like, democratized design and made it accessible to everyone.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing.
Me too.
So, to our listener, I encourage you to dive into Canva and to see what you can create. You might be surprised at what you're capable of. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.